Hello people of the web and welcome back to Creators Thoughts. I've touched on my social anxiety many times in the past. Today is going to be another journey down that well-trod road. Social anxiety shows its head in many ways. These podcasts are supposed to be short and concise. Going into the full list would likely fill a movie length, a real movie, not just a pretend movie, a term coined by ZactheDragon recently, when we watched a film on Disney that ended after 40 minutes, causing much disappointment and leaving not enough time in the evening to watch a real movie. I digress. The specific type of social anxiety that I want to discuss is my fear of letting people down and how it recently caused me to lose a friend. I'm a member of very few Discord servers, partly because I like to keep my list clean and tidy, but also because I find each server has its own load on my social energy reserve. I have a habit of needing to check Discords regularly because I don't want anyone to feel neglected or risk missing announcements or news, especially when I'm close to the members. My brain fixates on the worst case scenarios. An example might include the fear of missing someone's big news, be that good or bad. I'll use Tab's Discord as an example. While it's not my Discord server, it is filled with people that I am very fond of and care about. If someone shares a success or a struggle, it's important to me that I do what I can to help. Sometimes that's as simple as just being present by sending a DM full of congrats or condolences, or even just offer feedback or help. Whatever the reason, I want friends to know I'm happy for them, sorry for them, or supportive of them. Although hard times matter the most of all, I've experienced dark times where I felt very alone, and so it's important to me that if a friend is struggling, they know I'm here for them. My eagerness to be there is also because of a fear that someone I care about might think I don't care if I am inactive. This drive to not miss something important results in me regularly checking all Discords I'm a member of. Even if I don't respond, I need to know what's going on so I can be supportive. The regularity of me checking Discords might be every few days I do a tour to keep up to date, but there is a bat signal for me. Dragon signal? Zac signal? You choose. But it's like a red alert to me and causes me to spring into action. That signal is a little tiny red dot. Whenever I see it, I run towards it, eager to know what's the latest and be ready to respond or act. Red dots indicate a mention. That can be a mention by name, role, or even just a server-wide announcement that includes an @everyone. It's impossible to determine which is which, and even if it's a notice for an entire role group or everyone, it could still be important. Even a simple @everyone stream is cancelled due to me needing a mental health day might trigger me to ping a DM over to make sure that my friend knows that I'm there to help in any way I can. Should we get onto the story where I think I've lost a friend? They're a content creator, one of the most talented I know, if not the most talented, and I really like them. Stumbled into them from a friend of a friend, learnt quickly that they are a genuinely lovely person, and I considered them a real friend. Even if either of us were to step away from Twitch, I'd like to remain friends and check in regularly. The stronger my bond, the more I care about doing everything in my power to be a good friend. The Discord is very active and constantly doing new things and making announcements. The owner of the server often had updates for the whole community, or even just regarding the Minecraft server that I was whitelisted for. So I was finding myself regularly checking to see what the red dot was for. About 3 months ago, I was emotionally exhausted. Lots of things were going on, including one of my best friends passing. 15 years of close friendship and one of the few people I could share anything with. I didn't have much emotional energy left and had to try and reduce my load. This included my deciding to step away from that Discord. Fearful of how it might be received, it was important to me that I DM'd first to explain that I really appreciated them and hoped to be included in events. I didn't feel able to remain a constant member in their Discord at this time and wanted to step back. The response was there questioning if I was leaving because they weren't active in my streams anymore. I actually felt surprised I saw them at all because of how much they were doing and achieving. It felt like they were saying I was only there in order to get support from them, and that had me in tears. Furthermore, my honest reason for stepping away was labelled as a silly excuse. I had already decided to leave, and it was the right thing for me to do, but before I knew it, my roles were stripped from me, and I felt like I was no longer trusted or wanted. What's the moral of the story? I don't know. But I've learnt that sharing stories like this can be beneficial for me to process and might mean that others who've had similar struggles feel less alone and might help build a better understanding for those that haven't got such struggles. I normally pose a question at the end of each episode. My question is, thoughts? I'd love to hear your stories. Have no thoughts or stories? Then I demand to know your favourite donut flavour. Mrs. Dragon took over my stream just before Christmas and was fixated on the topic. Mine is Reese's peanut butter. And it got discontinued. Another sad story. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye now.